Good evening and welcome to another edition of Late Night Dental Marketing Talk. I'm your host, Paul Spezielli, or Paul on Dental Town. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Hope you had your coffee, because tonight we're going to be talking about things you should know about picking and choosing a dental marketing company. Now, this is a question that I don't get asked, but dentists have asked me, scouring through questions that I see that they got burnt on before with other companies. I've put together a list of things that you should be asking them that you may not be aware of. And there are things that will save you a lot of heartache and guarantee you better results when you get them. Now, having been hired to clean up after some of these big dental marketing companies and consultants have had their way with some of the dentists, I can see that there are certain things that are missing from their proposals and propositions. These are things that have cost them money and time because they're wasting their time. So these are the things that are missing from some of the dental marketing companies and consultants out there. 1, do they do it all for you? Or are you going to pay them a ridiculous amount of money and have them just tell you something that you already know or you're already doing, and then you have to go do it? You know, it's one thing to do that. Another thing is for them to use their expertise. If they're so expert about it, why don't they do it for you? Yeah, it costs more money to do it for you, but at least you're guaranteed the results, because the results are at the end of the day what you're looking for. You're not looking to pay someone just to tell you what to do. You're looking to have them do it for you. Now, you may be paying someone to tell you what to do in a certain situation. Maybe you like to do it yourself, and that's okay too. But at least you should have the option. If you really want someone to do it for you, you should look into that. The second is, are they focused on selling, or are they focused on your goals? So in other words, do they want to get as many dentists in as possible, or are they focused in on getting you the results that you paid for? So take Yellow Pages for example. It's in their best interest to get as many people, dentists as possible, into their book. They don't give a crap whether you're getting calls or not. All they care about is building shareholder value, which means having more billings, which means getting more dentists in there. And the more dentists that are in there, the less results you get. So it's a law of diminishing returns. But the problem with that is, that's a terrible model. It's counterproductive, because you're not going to get results. If they get what they want, you don't get what you want at the end of the day, and you're paying a lot of money. And they're not going to lower their fees. I haven't seen Yellow Pages lower their fees, even though less people are going online, less people are using their book, and they're getting more people in there. The fees are just going up. Now, that seems counterproductive to me in a way, because less people are using the Yellow Pages, and yet they're raising their fees or keeping them the same. It's still ridiculous cost. And some dentists are still in the Yellow Pages, and some people still use it, of course. But Yellow Pages are not designed to increase your billings. It's designed to get you more patients, designed to get you more production. Some other dental consulting companies might be of the same sort of focus. Let's just send 10,000 pieces out to the neighborhood and see what happens. Okay, 40,000 pieces later, nothing's happened. Oh well, see ya. They didn't manage the process from the call, the inquiry. They didn't put extra effort into what the newsletter is going to look like. It's atrocious to me that there's multi-million-dollar dental companies out there, and they're just selling junk. They're selling lemons because you're not getting the results you want, and they don't care. Okay, so they're not managing the entire process. They're not training the staff to handle the calls. They're not putting in tracking to make sure that the results are getting tracked. And that's the next step. That's the next one. And that's the next one, is, do they track the results? How do you know that they're getting so many calls? How do you know what's happening? If you tell them, I want to track my results, and put in a tracking number or some sort of code, do they get scared off? Why would they be scared if they were so sure of the results? You got to ask that. Another question is, do they formulaically reproduce success? You know, I see some dental consultants out there and they say, well, you know, they have a couple testimonials and they say, well, I got this and this and the other thing. Well, out of how many dentists did they do some work for? Did they get the results for? Did they have 100 clients and they only got results for 5 and then you see the 5? So that's a question you have to ask. Or have they been able to look at all the variables involved with acquiring new patients and acquiring extra production, tested it, tweaked it over the years, put that into formulaic systems, and then being able to reproduce that clinic after clinic so that the testimonials they do have actually are the total amount of volume of clients. So that means that it's almost working 100% of the time. And that's what you want. You want someone that has been able to, and that's what you want. You want someone that's been able to strategically reproduce everything, all the results over and over and over again. Not someone that doesn't know what they're doing and know why it works. Just some rural environments, they've been able to get 100 new patients a month. Well, that's not going to help you, right? Next question. The next question is, do they incorporate the latest consumer research and psychological results that have been found in the last few years?